You are now watching Detective Stiffman Takes on the Khan, Part 2. A little recap, we're at charge 17 and Genghis Khan already has quite the hefty sentence, roughly 30,000 years in a federal prison and a 450 goat fine just to name a few. Those goats add up, you know. With Jamukha gone, Genghis Khan was now the sole ruler of the steppe and he turned his ambitions outward, specifically towards China. During his invasion of Western Xia in 1209, he met a particularly difficult obstacle. This obstacle came in the form of the capital's garrison, which was 2 times the size of his army. So what did he do? He attempted to divert a river, and divert a river he did. Into his own camp. Attempted war crime. Because he did it to his own camp, he's off the hook for this one. He's in the green. Charge 18. Emperor Wanyan Yongzhi of the Jin was a horrible emperor by many accounts. To put his genius into perspective, he didn't really see the Mongols as a threat. He actually kinda saw them as a plus because while his 2 enemies were busy fighting, he was fine. Talk about not thinking 2 steps ahead. Anyways, Genghis Khan could smell his incompetence from miles away and publicly mocked him, saying that he was a coward and was unfit to rule and that an emperor should be a man from the sky, like him. Although that may have been true, Genghis, that's still blasphemy. Charge 19. After his successful conquest of Western Xia, they paid him a tribute of camels, falcons, and textiles. Extortion. Charge 20. Once Western Xia was swiftly dealt with, the Khan gazed over at the main target, northern China or the Jin, home of the great emperor. What he saw wasn't what you would typically call a wall. It was more like a carefully placed assortment of forts. The Mongols didn't really like the whole idea of conquering each fort one at a time, so with the help of an insider, they bypassed their way to Zhengdu or the capital, Beijing. He besieged the capital for 4 long excruciating years. There was a brief time, however, after like the 3rd year where he accepted a bribe, but wait, he accepted a bribe? Bribery. Charge 21. Who knows what he did with the bribe money, but my money's on purchasing more catapults, because he was soon back at it, smelling victory in the horizon. The poor residents of Zhengdu resorted to cannibalism before they finally surrendered to an imminent death. Zhengdu was completely razed. There's absolutely no charge I could give that could truly reflect that. War. Crime. Charge 22. After his defeat of the Jin, China had become a little boring for the Khan and he felt like it was time for a change of scenery. He was thinking of Central Asia and the Middle East, but Genghis liked traveling for a purpose. And what better purpose than a governor openly disrespecting you by arresting your Muslim caravan for espionage, then subsequently massacring them as him and the Shah laugh right at your face because these 3 envoys you just sent to explain themselves are gonna be killed too. Now, I'm not saying that he did this on purpose. I'm saying he totally did this on purpose. There's such a common theme here of Mongol envoys, ambassadors, diplomats, heck, even protected Muslim caravans that get absolutely massacred in the most brutalist of ways during convenient times when he wanted to go on a rampage. Fraud. Fabrication of the truth. Deviousness. Mischievous. Involved. Charge 23. Central Asia and the Middle East was sentenced to destruction like never seen before. Piles of corpses flooded the lands and deep-rooted cities were completely ravaged. Captured people were given an ultimatum: death or become a human meat shield for the Mongol advance. It was truly decrepit stuff. It's estimated that in total 3/4 of the entire Khwarezmian Empire was gone after the Mongol invasions. Some were forcefully sent back to Mongolia like craftsmen, but most were not. Human trafficking. Charge 24. All in all, we're talking about maybe 5 to even 10 million people. So much terror, pretty much propagated from one single man. Again, no charge I could give could ever reflect this. I'll have to make something up. monumental calamity. Charge 25. Knock knock, it's Western Shia, now Genghis Khan's vassal, and it's causing major problems. This time in the form of revolutions. While he was busy conquering the east, the two defeated kingdoms teamed up and prepared for war. Pretty late for the whole alliance thing, but hey, there's hope. Better late than never. No, that is so false. The now 60-year-old Genghis, who may have been old, still had the dog in him. He won the war quickly and executed the entire imperial family, effectively ending the Western Shia Tangut royal lineage. There's not even a word for such a thing. Mass regicide. Charge 26. What happens next might be the first known genocide recorded in history. What are your orders, sir? Finish them. What? By finish them, I mean I want you to erase this despicable kingdom so thoroughly that in roughly 1,000 years, Detective Stiffman will inevitably make a video about me, charging me of genocide. You got that? The order was thoroughly executed. Tangut, the official language of the kingdom, died along with it. But it wasn't the only thing to down that campaign, because Genghis Khan fell there too, in 1227, committing his final dirty deed, genocide. Charge 27. I would like to take this time here to talk about his wives, specifically all 6 of them. Oh, and while we're at it, his 500 concubines. Say what you want about the man, but there's no denying that he was slanging. Anyways, that's gonna be a lot of child support. Polygamy. Charge 28. Speaking of child support, I could also give him indirect incest because, well, 8% of Asian men are related to him, but hey, I'll back off. He's had enough for one lifetime. Total sentence. Genghis Khan's total sentence amounts to 100,800,000 years in a federal prison, royal apology to the Jurchen commoners, Wanyan, and the Tangut. Cart axles are now 7 feet, effective immediately, a 4 million goat fine, a 3.5 million sheep fine, a war crime tribunal, live streamed all day, and finally, child support. Anybody object? Good. Another job well done. If you like this video, please like and subscribe, or else subscribe. Please.